Caitlin Clark is an unstoppable basketball player. I wanted to do this quick video, show a few clips to remind everyone about that because I started getting really sick and tired of hearing about all these negatives about Caitlin Clark, how Caitlin Clark can't shoot, Caitlin Clark can't get to the basket. Olivia Miles is an MVP candidate and she's better than Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is no longer even the face of the league or the best player in the league or the best guard or any of this stuff, and on and on and on. And here is the thing, read my lips, it's all crap. Caitlin Clark is the best player in the WNBA. Yes, I said best player in the WNBA. Now, unfortunately, because we got a whole lot of very tanned, angry letter mob people who do everything they can to destroy and diminish Caitlin Clark, she has to overcome a lot more things than a typical player does. For example, now look, I like Olivia Miles as a player. I said 2 games in, she is going to be Rookie of the Year. But now, as I'm hearing more and more crap about how she's better than Caitlin Clark, and you watch the film, guess what? Tell me if this sounds familiar with Paige Becker's last season. Ain't nobody guarding Olivia Miles. My lord, she just walks to the basket. It is absolutely embarrassing to watch a game now with Olivia Miles playing because no one guards her. She is not guarded. Caitlin Clark is mugged, held, clutched, elbowed, clawed, all without calls. So I don't want to hear anything about someone like Olivia Miles or Paige Beckers being better than Caitlin Clark because they're not in Caitlin Clark's universe. That is just the reality, and y'all are going to have to learn to cope and suck it up. Period. That's all there is to say about that. But I want to go through a few clips that we need to check out just as a reminder as to who Caitlin Clark is. Now, this, of course, is all within a system that is not really all that great for Caitlin Clark. But you can see here when she gets a little bit of space, one of the things, and what I'm seeing more, she's determined more and more to get to the basket, despite the fact that she doesn't get the freedom of movement that everyone else gets. But I mean, look how quickly she goes by her. That's a great finish in traffic, by the way. But and we'll see it from another angle in slow. So I'll just let this run again. But again, people love to talk about how she doesn't have handles. She will spin you right round like a record baby, right, round, and you have no chance to stay with her in the open court when she's decided she is going to embarrass you and take you out of your shoes and go right to the hoop. Boom, quick change of direction. She's gone. Body. Nope, that ain't going to stop me. I'm going to finish anyway. Let it run because I think we've got, yeah, here we go. So boom. Well, let me just, I mean, yeah, that is so smooth at that speed, and boom, and she just can't. You can't guard her. Is what I'm saying. It just can't be done. That's a great finish in traffic, man. I'm gonna back that up. I don't think people appreciate how. I mean, look at the contact right there, to the strength even to get that up to the hoop with the right hand and just softly lay that up and over the rim and give it a chance. That is fantastic. Now, I don't care what people say about other players and some of the passes that I have seen because ain't no one does this but Caitlin Clark. Pay attention to where we are on the court right now. Toronto's probably thinking, yeah, we're good. We got this covered. Everything is under control. And again, Caitlin Clark getting to the bucket, right? Boom. Splits to, I mean, that's embarrassing defending, by the way. I mean, I know I don't want to take away from Caitlin Clark because she's making it look embarrassing. Okay. That's how I just realized that maybe came out wrong. But I mean, she's made, look at this. Oh, let me just here. Yeah. Let me just split your lazy backsides because you think you're going to just slowly come out and take me on. So now here we got here, right? Caitlin Clark is cut between the two of them. She's going middle of the lane, okay? Middle of the lane. The lane is empty. You've got Timpson there down in the quarter. Her defender's going to have to be the one that's going to step out on Caitlin Clark. You don't want, I think that's Marina Mabry, closest to us, guarding the wing. You know, she doesn't want to make that step in because obviously Caitlin Clark just flips it out to the wing for a wide open, basically practice three. So let's see what happens. That player steps. Did you miss it? Sorry about that. I'm going to let it play through now. But do you see where that pass went? That's so insanely good. That is so insanely good, my friends. And Timpson with the finish, who, by the way, played, I'll just let this run, played, well, I think 21 minutes last night, got a couple of buckets. She is looking more and more comfortable. I wish she would get consistent minutes more often because I think eventually she becomes the starter at the four, at least temporarily, because the one thing Michaela doesn't have, she's not going to be a stretch four, right? She's not going to be someone who can space the floor in the half court offense and shoot that three. But she does so many other things that I think she can do well. Obviously, very athletic player, can play defense, can score in the paint, can run the floor with Caitlin Clark, catches Caitlin Clark's passes, etc., etc., etc. But I got a couple other things for you we're going to roll into. I keep hearing that Caitlin Clark doesn't have handles, right? She doesn't have handles. Now, of course, I've done multiple videos breaking down the fact that she clearly does, but we still keep hearing that same nonsense. This is that. Yep. And there it is, folks. Boom. Wide open, easy layup. Why don't you stop her? Now, here we go to some other stuff. Caitlin Clark has defensive players on ice skates. She's got defensive players on a string. She can do whatever she wants in space when she has the ball in her hands. Imagine if she starts consistently getting the freedom of movement calls that all the other players are getting. And I mean, that pass is insane. That pass is insane. I'll let it play through, but look at this. Are you kidding me? By the way, I want to do it one more time because I think this is what they call in the NFL throwing receivers open, right? Not open when this ball is passed, but open when this ball is caught. Defender's like, what do I do? What do I do? Where'd the ball go? That don't ever happen in this league. I don't understand. Oh my goodness. No, we're going back. We're backing up. We're backing up. We're backing up. Backing up more. I love this. She got these two players for Toronto who set a pick on themselves. Bam! 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 No, no, no. Nope, I'm not going to go to the bucket. You can't guard me. Get, 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 get back. You can't do it. You can't do it. I'm just going to let it run through for you, everything that we just broke down. But yeah, I mean, really? Y'all telling me Caitlin's not going to be this, Caitlin's not going to be that? Y'all aren't watching this stuff. Y'all are so caught up in your feels and your emotions on hating on this popular little white girl. Bam! Bam! What? Where are you going? Where are you going? I'm back. I'm back here. Yeah, man. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any of this crap about Caitlin Clark not being her. Caitlin Clark is 100% her. Caitlin Clark has a complete bag. Caitlin Clark is going to continue to get better. Caitlin Clark is doing all of this with everything stacked against her. Imagine this young woman's numbers if she came into this league and was accepted and played in a way that these other players that we've seen come into this league right? Paige Beckers comes in and everyone loves her because Paige Beckers has prostrated herself to the letter mob and the skin color mob and the whole thing. Doesn't get guarded. Olivia Miles, same, doesn't get guarded. Imagine if Caitlin Clark did that. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, that's just proof that Caitlin Clark is better than them. Yeah, absolutely. That is part of it. But I also think part of it is a lot of the league wants Paige Beckers and Olivia Miles to do better. Now, I think you'll see, and you saw a little bit of that with Paige Beckers last year when it got later in the season and teams playing down, she's like, hey, we're fighting for a playoff spot. Then they kind of start clamping down a little more, right? And you see these bad games because that's the other thing no one has been talking about. Paige Beckers, as good as she is no shade to Paige, but she has a lot of bad games. It's just no one ever talks about them. Whereas Caitlin Clark will have what's considered a bad game for Caitlin Clark, but with numbers that would win an MVP if it were anyone else. And we're talking about how terrible she is. But anyway, just another quick reminder that Caitlin Clark is not a half bad basketball player. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. I will talk to you later.